Hello, everybody. We are live. We are live, and I am so thrilled to be here with you today. What's that? We are doing some Tea and Justice today. We have got some live court reactions. Oh my gosh. We also are giving away a prize package from King Sumo because I have my book. I'm going to show you. I wrote a book. I wrote it, edited it, and published it in 2 weeks. And it stayed at the bestseller on Amazon for 5 days, it's a thing. So, in order to publicize it, we had a drawing, and it was a thing where you could share it and do all these things. And my hair. So, if you're just joining us, we're going to do some court reaction today and some cool things. And I am very, very excited about it. And we're going to give away prizes. And technically, we're going to give away the prize at 9:30. So, that is when I said I would do it. So, what I need to do is pull that up online so that we can do it right here. It is going to be so much fun because I don't know who won yet. It does this thing where we all see it at the same time because, yeah, that makes it fair. Now, if you have gone live with me before and we have done prizes, you know that my computer always gives Dave and I the prize. And guess what? That's not what we're doing this time. No, no, no. We're doing a different thing. It's called King Sumo. If you are a creator in any stretch of the imagination, you may have heard of AppSumo. It's this really cool thing where you can get software. No, I'm not selling it, getting any money. I'm just telling you it's really cool. And they have a thing called King Sumo, and you can have these giveaways. And so that's what we did. Now, what I'd like to do is share my screen with you. And what's going to happen is you're going to see everything on my screen, which is not really what I would like to share, but that may be how it ends up. So, yeah, it's a whole thing. So there we go. Let's see, it is 9:19. So let me give you an update. This is my plan. This is the schedule. We're going to talk about what's going on here in the world of the Jen Hardy Show. I would love to hear from you. I need to pull up my chat so that I can see what you all are saying. Tell me, here's what I'd like to know. What is happening with you this weekend? What new and exciting things are going on? Hey, Michelle, how's it going? It's good to see you. I am very excited to have you here. We have hopefully changed things and opened it up where you don't have to be a subscriber to say a chat because we have, enabled some new safety things. So it's very exciting. So what happened this weekend? Well, I really wanted to go see Lexa and I didn't get to. And Lexa, I am so sorry. But no, the screen is not shared. I am not sharing it right now. At 9:30, I will share the insanity that is my screen only because I also want you guys to see the King Sumo thing and everybody can see that it's legit and you know who's winning because, yeah, that's the thing. But this weekend, I went to Tampa and I got to do a few things. Number one, Eileen, hey, nothing new or exciting. Oh, I'm sorry. Although sometimes it's good not to have new and exciting. Sometimes it's good to just chill. I would really like to just chill. That is my plan for next weekend. But this weekend, my daughter and I packed it up and we drove to Tampa. What should have been a 2.5-hour drive was 5.5 hours because I was running in slow-mo. And in my mind, I could leave at the same time I wanted to be in a place. I don't know if y'all ever do that, but it's a whole thing. And dealing with the crud. Oh, the crud. I am so sorry. I hate the crud. Better than the stomach flu, but not great. We went to a YouTube party, guys. We went to the YouTube Gaming Awards. What? Yes. Well, okay, not the YouTube Gaming Awards. That's what I thought we were going to. But we went to the 10th annual gaming awards, like the big gaming awards. They had a watch party for YouTube, and they had 10 of them, and we went to the Florida one, and I'm going to show you. They give us prizes. Oh my gosh. I need you to get Jay in here because I need her to get me something because I got another prize. This is one of the things though. Oh, I mean, I just got to show you because I don't know. Prizes are fun. And also, I'm not a YouTube gamer, but look at this. Where does it see? It's like YouTube gaming and then this thing. But here's what's really cool. YouTube went like thrift shopping and they got shirts. They got all these different crew shirts and then they upcycled them and put that's really cool that you used to have a sister-in-law that lived in Tampa. Tampa's you know what? The first time I went, we stayed at an icky hotel and it wasn't fun, but yesterday or this weekend it was a lot of fun. Anyway, they upcycle these things and I thought that was pretty cool instead of like creating more garbage. Anyway, your body's in mutiny. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hate feeling like that. It sucks. But we stayed at an Airbnb the first night we went to the awards, and it didn't end until 11. We got to our Airbnb at midnight. I'm not going to lie, guys. It was scary because the hotels, I waited till the last day, literally the day we were leaving to book, and all the decent hotels were like $300 and $400. And that was not going to happen because why? No, that's a whole trip. So I found an Airbnb. Didn't think about the fact that it said downtown. And well, it was downtown in a place that had I been in LA where I grew up in this particular neighborhood, it would have been terrifying. But in Tampa, it was great. It was safe. We were fine. And the people were super nice. It was this tiny little house. And oh, well, Eileen, if you are being serious, I am very sorry about that because that sounds really awful. And I'm sorry you're going through that. Okay, well, it makes me say a little story about the little house in Tampa sound really pointless. But they had turned a garage into a little place and we stayed and it was a little 2-bedroom thing and it was pretty cool. Then we got up the next morning and we went to my friend Nancy's and we did not see Nancy's not going to be here tonight because she goes to bed earlier than I do. She just really took care of us and it was absolutely wonderful. And y'all, I don't know if you've ever built a house or had a contractor come into your house and done anything. They are going through a nightmare. They are building a new house. Contractor absconded with the money, all this stuff. But we got to go see it. The house is beautiful. They're moving in this week and it's beautiful, nice. And she just cooked for us and did everything and it was cool. And my daughter got to play with their dogs because we have like baby dogs and they have big dogs. I have a teacup poodle and they have standard poodles. And so it was crazy. So that's what happened there. Let's see what else new is happening. I don't know. Yeah, we're and so in what in a few minutes, 6 minutes, we're going to give away the prize for the who if you shared about the book, which it's too late to do it now, and I apologize. Um, oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that is yeah. Still, Eileen, I am so sorry. It's yeah. You know what? It's been a rough time for a lot of people. I'm not going to lie. It's a whole thing, which is why I've been trying to talk about like positive things. Our year started off quite heinous. It really did. It was rough, January. It was real rough. And then it picked up. And I really hope that we all have, all of you and me and my family, have the kind of year next year that the last half of this year has been for us. Because if we could just keep going on this trajectory, but I feel like the first 55 years of my life, there was a lot of crap going on. And you know, when you have a really rough time for a really long time, it's time for some good things to happen in a row. So, and I'm not going to do that whole don't talk about it, knock on wood thing. No, we're going to talk about it. We're going to enjoy it. And I encourage you all to do the same thing. I think this whole thing that we learned when we were growing up, that you're not allowed to talk about good things and you have to like knock on wood if you say something good, then that's just depressing. No, let's celebrate the good. So if you've got things to celebrate, I don't care if it's little. Like, hey, I got my tire fixed. Like, whatever, let's celebrate it together. Because what I would like to do is build up a community and have you guys like get to know each other and do all these things. Because when I went to this party on Friday, party with YouTubers, it was very small. There was like 30 people there. Most of them were gamers because it was for the gaming awards. But I thought it'd be fun anyway. And it was. And my daughter has a gaming channel, so it made it more fun for her. But they were all talking about their communities. In fact, one of the girls that was there, she is a gaming YouTuber and she live streams for like 4 and 5 hours at a time. And the people in her community, two of them met and got married, and she went to their wedding. I mean, this is how tight they are. So I would love it if we could build a community. That is my new and exciting goal. I think it would be really fun. So, because you know what? I feel like since, I don't know, 2020, people are not as connected as they used to be. People don't want to go out as much. And I get it. Life has changed. But let's, let's make a community here then. Also, if you guys could subscribe if you're not subscribed, that would be very helpful. Apparently, I don't say that as often as I should. If you're just joining us, I had this really cool little ticker. Where did he go? I don't know. But we are going to be reacting to some court. We're going to be showing some things about Eric Menendez. If you don't know about the Menendez brothers, well, they did some things back in the 90s and they're in prison and they may be getting out of prison. So they've been in the news, and it reminded me, even if you're younger and you weren't like around and into the court thing when they were sentenced, I'm sure that you know of them. We'll talk a little bit about it. First, we're going to show this clip. I'm going to do some reacting to the clip. It's a thing. You're going to do some reacting. I guarantee it. And then we're going to talk about it. But before then, in 2 minutes, where will you go? Well, I certainly hope that I'm in heaven, Matthew Scott. That is my goal. So, yeah. And where do you think you're going to go when you die? That is a question that we all should be asking relatively frequently. Oh my gosh, there was some really interesting quote that my daughter and I saw, and I was like, I got to share that on the stream, but I didn't. Eric read a recent statistic: a third of the world are gamers. Wow, it was on the internet. It must be true. There you go, Eric. I love it. All right, so we've got 2 minutes till this drawing thing. And I tell you what, guys, I'm going to share my screen, and it is, no lie, the biggest, hottest mess. But, it's kind of like my house right now because I have not, yeah, it's a thing. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to, while we're sitting here waiting, put away some of the things so you don't have to look at like all the mess on my desk. If I can get my mouse to come over. I got 2 screens. Do you ever have it when you have 2 screens and the mouse goes over to one and it gets stuck? It's making me crazy, go nuts. Okay, so we are going to, status for King Sumo is ready to award. So I'm not going to click on that until you guys are there because I want to make sure that you see what I see. So how are we going to do that? That is a really good question. And bum ba da bum bum bum. Okay, I don't know what that was. What was that? Is that you? That is not me. I think that was Dave talking about Alexa emergency assistance. I thought that I had played it, but I had not. So, all right, we are going to do the King Sumo Award. It's 9:29. All right, and what I'm wondering is how I'm going to share. So, single and screen share. Guys, I'm going to click something. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to find out together, okay? Because that's just that's the world I'm living in right now. Well, there you go. Okay. So, can you see me in a circle? Hardy, do you see me in a circle? Anybody? Am I delayed? Dave? He's in the
delay, 5-second delay.
Yeah. But do you see me in a Yeah, you see me in a circle. I can see it now.
I see you in a circle.
Perfect. Okay. So below that is this thing. And what I'm going to try to do is share my screen in there. And yeah, because sometimes things are not perfect and we just have to do what we do. Okay. But yeah. Oh, well, now you see 2 of me. And why? That is a really good question. Okay, we're going to do guess. All right, guys. This is just silly. Okay, we're going back here. Guess what? I'm just going to have to tell you, and you're going to have to trust me. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to pull out my phone because you know what? This is my go-to. Oh, Davidson, you're here. I am so excited. You guys. Davidson's.
You're in 2 circles now.
What?
You're in 2 circles. I see 2 circles.
I'm in 2 circles again?
Now there's nothing.
There's nothing?
Now you're back to square.
Oh, rectangle? Right? You should just see me. That's what you should see. Okay. Davidson's All Natural Gym. Y'all, everybody in the chat, You need to go check his thing out. You need to go subscribe. And it's Circle of Confusion. Eric, that is where I'm at. But you know what? I'm exhausted. I fell asleep. Okay, I fell asleep at the traffic light today. I did it twice. Then I pulled over, took a nap, and drove home. I'm tired. Becca, hello. Okay, are you ready? This is what we're doing. I know this is like ridiculous how I do this. I understand that. And at the same oh, look at there, you see me. But I don't want you to see me. I want you to see this. So we're going to do this thing. And I want to make sure. Oh, no, I don't want you to see two of me. One of me is plenty of me. All right. Now, why are you seeing me? Because it's that. Okay, let's do this one. You ready?
Glare, baby.
What?
It's a glare.
It's a glare. Oh, let's do it this way. Duh. Well, then you can't see it. Okay, the blonde roots are showing, guys. I don't know what to tell you. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm filming it with my phone so people know that it's really a thing, and I'll show that later. And I'm just going to tell you who won the award because that's how we're going to do it. But I will have video backup if there's any question. And it's not going to. If it is my family, guess what? We're doing it again. Okay, so we're da 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 da. Somebody do a drum roll. Oh my gosh, I have a drum roll. Are you ready? I think I do. I think I do. Do we have sound? Well, you know what? All right. Ready to award? We are videotaping. Are you ready? axforlifeglobal@gmail.com. So this is who has won. axforlifeglobal@gmail.com. This is the email address. I think I know who that is, and I will be reaching out to them to let them know. So they won an ebook. They won the paperback book. They won a video series of how to set up your YouTube channel. And hey, guys, welcome to the channel. We are going to do watch some Eric Menendez, a video about Eric Menendez and his family in just a few minutes. If you want to stick around, if you don't, that's okay. This is what we're going to be doing. And right now we're talking about the prize package. It was up to $300. It was the $350 prize package. She's going to win videos about how to set up her channel, and she's going to have a consultation with me about how to do it. Am I perfect? No. Do I have 1 million subscribers? No. But I do know some basic things because I've been doing a lot of these boot camps and working with people, and I can help people set their channel up for success, and then they can take off and do what they are going to do. So anyway, all right, now we are going to do a thing where we're watching Eric Menendez and a situation with his family. And I want to know, have you heard about this? Did you know that he got married in prison? They are looking at getting out. So Eric and Lyle Menendez, if you do not know the story, correct me if I'm wrong, because sometimes when I get nervous, my brain gets weird. Let's see, rules of the channel. Yes. So there were some accusations about their parents being abusive. And it was back in the 80s and 90s when, a lot of parents were abusive and they were allowed to be. But their parents were, according to them, a lot more abusive. In fact, their dad did things to artists and other things, allegedly, that were really not nice. And instead of defending themselves in the middle of a situation that was a bad one, the Menendez brothers decided to take it into their hands and do away with their parents while their parents were watching television, and then proceeded to take the money that they had gotten from the life insurance and have a lot of very expensive parties because their parents had a lot of money. And that, my friends, is part of where their plan went sideways because kind of looked really bad. Okay, so if you say, hey, there was all these awful things happening, that's one thing. But then when you take all the money that you got and had big parties all the time, well, kind of makes things look funky. So there's that. They're in prison. They were put away without the possibility of parole. But wait, there's more because things have changed. The Me Too movement has changed. People are a little bit more aware of certain types of abuses happening to children and not tolerating it like they used to. And so they are now up for a new sentencing. Eric and Lyle Menendez are, and they are eagerly awaiting finding out if they're going to get out of prison. So
What?
I know people have a problem with my teeth. You know what? If we were in England, you wouldn't care. So I don't know what to tell you. Everybody isn't perfect. And also, if I was a man, people would not be picking so much at every bit of my bod. But, whatever. Eileen, you know what? This is the thing. They were grown men. They were not minors, and it's a whole thing. So I'm not going to say what I think because I'm not a judge and I did not hear the whole case. If you guys want to have a discussion, though, feel free to have a discussion. Now, I know that there's a whole issue on the LawTube side about defendants and having people talk about them and show them and do all these things, and it's a thing. But you know what? These Menendez guys, they've had a lot of people talking about stuff, and there's nothing I'm going to say that's horrible or that they haven't heard or that y'all haven't heard. So, without further ado, let us try to watch this video. This is new software, as I said, and we're going to see if we can make it work. We're going to watch it. I will be reacting to it. You will be reacting to it. Here is a story of what went on starting I'm trying to math, guys. Sorry, 19 years ago. This story was about 19 years old, but there's a reason I'm showing it now.
Eric Menendez has a secret daughter. The notorious killer is the only father she's ever known.
So far, my friend thinks it's really cool that I have a dad that's in prison.
Deborah first met Eric's daughter in 2005 when she was 10 years old. Her mother is Tammy, who married Eric behind bars. She asked us not to show the child's face or use her name. She wore her love for Eric on her t-shirt. It says Daddy's Girl.
He just always liked to have something that kind of represents him on his shirt, on my shirt. So he kind of gets like really happy,
So. How's that make you feel when you see him get happy?
I get happy also.
And her fingernails were painted pink, one top with the letter E for Eric.
You say he functions as anybody else's dad would. That's hard for me to understand.
I think that Eric is really good for her.
Hey, sweetie, it's time to get up.
Her weekends were not like other kids. She'd wake up at 5 a.m., then snooze in the back of the car while her mom drove 3 hours to the prison where Eric was incarcerated. We were with them as they checked into a hotel to prepare to visit Eric, looking their best.
She loves to dress up to go see Eric.
He teaches me how to play soccer and football, and he teaches me different types of things, to be kind to animals.
Her biological father died when she was 10 months old, so as far as she's concerned, Eric is her real dad, and Lyle Menendez is her uncle. Eric's daughter is now 29 years old and runs a thriving pet grooming business with her mother in Las Vegas. She keeps an Instagram account with treasured photos of she and Eric Menendez behind bars. She calls him an amazing human being. She keeps a low public profile. To this day, none of her social media photos show her face. Eric helped raise his daughter, knowing they might never see each other outside of prison. Now it's very possible he and Daddy's little girl will be celebrating Thanksgiving together.
Well, they did not celebrate Thanksgiving together because they're waiting in California to have some new evidence come through and have a new thing. But what do you guys think about that? What do you think? I don't know. I'm not going to say what I think. I had a face while we were doing it, and you could see my face. It's surprising to me. As a mother, I believe that I wouldn't marry someone in prison and bring my children to the prison to meet the person and have them call him daddy. That's what I think. But what do you think? It's a question. So I don't know. I would love to know. And what do you think about the brothers getting out? That's another whole interesting thing, right? Because they're thinking about it. In fact, Gavin Newsom is considering pardoning them from what I read today. Can I turn up my volume? Yes, this is a thing. I can. And hopefully that's better. I am working on this mic. I don't know what's going on, but I have another one. We might swap it out. Is anybody else having a hard time with the volume? Because if you are, then I'll definitely swap it out. I can't say the word. Swipe or no swiping. Dora the Explorer. Also, did you see, okay, put a pin in the Menendez brothers, the Dora movie, the live action one. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, okay, you can hear it better? Okay, cool. All right. So anyway, I don't see anything in the chat. Did you guys What do you think? Did you know that he had a daughter? Did you know that he had, done all this stuff? Also, when you're in prison, are you allowed to adopt a child? I wonder. Like, could he have officially become her dad? We're talking about Eric Menendez, guys, the Menendez brothers. Did you know January 30th is the new court date and they could be getting out of prison? So, it's a whole thing. And you're welcome. Let's see. It was quiet. Now it's better. Okay. Yeah, this is really fascinating. I gotta figure this out. Because I did notice on my last interview it was being really quiet too. So it's a software issue. We'll get back in there. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. So that was our thing covering the Menendez brothers. I thought it was interesting. I don't know. I've got a couple other things. We're gonna be doing some videos. But I thought that one was it was a little shocking when I heard about it. But I just totally was a whole thing coming up, you all. I've 2 new interviews. Okay, I've got about 12, but 2 for you, specifically for you. And they are both ex-convicts. So last week I interviewed one. 2 weeks ago I interviewed another. So the first one was Justin. Justin was in Club Fed for a year and a half. Y'all, there was no walls, there was no wires. They could come and go freely. They chose not to because then they would have had to go to the real penitentiary. His story is amazing. And now he coaches people going to white collar prison. What? But he said, Jen, you got to interview my partner, Michael. So this past week, I interviewed Michael. Michael was 22 when he was sentenced to a 45-year prison sentence. His first year, he spent in solitary confinement for a solid year, guys, in his early 20s. And you know what? He came out of prison after 26 years, and he is a phenomenal person. Now, it is a wild story. It is wild. And I'm going to give you a little hint on part of it because I said, Michael, you are very articulate. You do all these, and now he coaches people who are getting ready to go to prison. He wrote several books in prison. He got his bachelor's, master's, and halfway through his PhD before the prison shut that down. And they're like, no, you've done enough. You need to wait now till you got out. So when he got out, he got it. But I asked him, I said, Michael, what is up with this? Because you're a very well-spoken, articulate guy. Clearly, you could have done anything to make money. Why did you do that? And he said, are you ready? I watched Scarface and I wanted to be like that. So I started selling cocaine. Yep, that's what he did. And I tell you what, this guy apparently sold lots of the stuff and then he thought that if he had other people selling it for him underneath him, he would get in less trouble if he got caught. But guess what? You do not get in less trouble. It's some kind of kingpin statute that he got nailed with. And yeah, you don't want to sell drugs. Number one, don't do drugs, don't sell drugs, and don't hire other people to sell them for you. That apparently puts the little whipped cream and cherry on top of you spending a long time in prison. But these guys are really, judge what you will, whatever that you will. They made horrible choices and they did their time and now they're out. And I think it's going to be really interesting because then you can go see a judge interview and you can see a legislator interview and a lawyer interview. And now we're doing some ex-con. So if you know of any people who have been in prison or in jail and they would like to tell their story, please have them talk to me. And guess who else is going to jail? It's me, but not because I committed a crime. No. I am going to be doing some interviewing with some sheriffs and they are going to put me in jail and I will be filming in jail, not the other prisoners, but we're going to be doing some things because I want you guys to see some things that you're not seeing anywhere else. So yes, racketeering. Yeah, there was a lot. It's California. Anything could happen with with the brothers. Yeah, right. I think you're right with the Menendez guy. Like we just don't know. I honestly will say because I've done a lot of research on this in the last few weeks. If I was a betting person, I would bet there's a chance they're not going to spend the rest of their lives in prison. That's what I'm going to say. Getting out now, I don't know. Now, Lyle Menendez also was married in prison, but his wife has decided that she's going to file for divorce. This is a bedazzled. Yes, it is. It's all bedazzled because everything, and I got the glitter. It's a whole thing. My podcast is Fabulous Over 50, and I have just run with the glitter and bedazzling and rhinestones, and it's a little crazy, but I'm loving it. Yeah. So thank you for noticing. I appreciate that. Anyway, so yes, today has been it's been really crazy. It is unique. Yes, no one has one quite like me. I have not seen a bedazzled mic or mic stand before, and so that's why I had to have one. Now, you want your yeah, see, okay, so here's the thing. Let me tell you about bedazzling phones. Okay, so I have the little like hot bedazzler. Tried that on here. It doesn't work. They just fall off. You got to use the glue. E6000, if you want to bedazzle things, all of you, now you know. All right. And if you're a dude and you don't want to bedazzle stuff for yourself, well, tell your girlfriend, tell your wife. That's how you do it. This, however, is just a roll of stuff that I put on there because I do want to be able to take it off just in case, because it's kind of a nice mic and I didn't want to trash it forever. So, not that it's trashed, you know what I mean. Anyway, we need to play this game. So, we're playing a game called Am I going to San Antonio first or am I going to Harris County first when I go on the tour, the Texas tour? Because we are going to Lyle's 21. Oh, I don't know about this, Eva Marie. 21-year-old girlfriend from England. And is that why his wife divorced him? This is really interesting. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that. And I will definitely be following up. So in the end of January, when they find out, we will come back on. We'll do a little reacting. You guys can all talk to what happened. In fact, I'll probably have Dave film it or do the recording, and then I won't know until we watch it here. I think that would be the most fun. Yes, do tell us more if you know more about this girlfriend. This is fascinating. Also, I am going to England in May, and maybe we could talk to her. I don't know. Probably she doesn't want to talk to people, but you never know. I mean, if you're going to marry somebody in prison who has committed some brutal murders, maybe you'd be willing to talk to somebody on camera because I'm guessing it's hard to tell what the heck you do. Oh, there's an earring. Well, you know what? It's gone now. All right. So we're playing a little game for the Texas tour, but this is what I want to know. There are 51 people watching, and I want to know what your opinion is. So we play this Jenga game. I'll show you. You ready? Well, you know what Jenga looks like. I know you do. But we've got the Jenga, and it has F's for Judge Fleischer, and B for Judge Boyd. And I'm going to go to one of them first. Who am I going to go to first? I don't know. So far, Judge Fleischer is in the running because it was 3-2 the other day. But we're going to play another game, and I'm going to do more. And this is how we do it. Did you guys know that YouTube has started a new thing called Jewels? Okay. This is going to sound like some kind of infomercial, but I'm letting you know, not just for me, because there's lots of other creators, and you guys can do this for other creators. Wait, separated before you? Yeah, of course they did. They always get separated before they date someone new. But anyway, I digress. So if you're watching a creator that you really, really like, you can buy these packs of jewels, and every jewel is like a penny. And then, so you just like when you give the little hearts or whatever, you ding, 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 and these things come up. Well, they have that in jewels now. I do not know how it works. I haven't done it yet. But if you like what your creator's doing or whatever, you can give them jewels, and then every 100 jewels turns into a ruby. It sounds like a lot to deal with. But this is what YouTube has chosen. So I'm telling you about it. And then for every ruby, your creator gets $1, which is kind of cool. So I'm telling you that, not for me, but for anybody, if you like what they're doing, whatever, because it's time, it's money, whatever. But what we're going to do is everybody who does a super chat gets to pick, who do you want me to go to first? Am I going to Boyd first or am I going to Fleischer first? So we're playing a Jenga game, and whoever does a super chat they get to pick Boyd or Fleischer, and then I take one of these out. But this is what we don't know. What happens when I knock this tower over? That's why you're doing what you do, Mr. Mod. So what is the penalty going to be? And guys, it's something appropriate. Okay, let's just lay the ground rules. This is a family media company that I run, and so children are, minors do some editing. So it has to be something appropriate. But what could be something that is a punishment if the Jenga thing falls over? I don't know. We got to figure it out. Anyway, so I cannot see super chatty things or any of that kind of stuff. Dave, you got to do that. Okay. All right. Anyway, so let's see. Nice to meet you. Oh, Yeah, you got this is so cool. Sometimes the little tag thing doesn't work. I know it does that when I'm doing it too. So, if you are just joining us, we are talking about going on a Texas tour. We're going to go visit some judges in the springtime. And where am I going to go first? Am I going to see Judge Boyd first or Judge Fleischer first? I know them both just from interviewing them and talking to them on the phone, but I have not met them personally, and I'm very excited because I know at least with Judge Fleischer, I'm going to get to go into the chambers, potentially into the jail. That's my goal, is to get put in as many jails as I can, not for committing crime, guys, for strictly strictly journalism purposes, just to see. We can talk about the different jails. We can talk about, what is it like in the different jails, and I can show you footage from being locked up. Let me tell you something. We did a tour of a jail and it's really wild. Once that door is shut, even if you know you're going to be in there just for a few minutes, not so fun. So, yeah. So if you're joining us just now, we were watching Eric Menendez, wife and daughter, because he got married when the daughter was 10, and his wife had a daughter that was 10, and she is. Yeah, he is her dad, and it's a whole thing. And so you should go back and watch the replay because it's really interesting. Or you can watch it somewhere else on YouTube, actually. And now we're talking about doing a judge tour, a Texas tour to visit some judges. So when there are super chats, we will let you pick one of these, and it's a B for Boyd and an F for Fletcher. Who are we going to see first? I don't know. And depending on budget, I would also like to go see Judge Stevens over in Jefferson County because he's really awesome, guys. If you have seen him on YouTube, he looks like he is very serious, but he is really the coolest guy. And he comes on here live sometimes. We should have him live again. Put in the chat if you would like Judge Stevens to join me again live, because I feel like he would be fun. And we can play some games and potentially do some reacting with Judge Stevens. Oh my gosh, you guys could send me some clips. It cannot be of like current court, but we could do some other things or some non-court things that Judge Stevens may find interesting. Because he's a hoot, y'all. If you have not seen him, you can go back and look at his lives or his interview. He is very strong in his opinion, but he is very strong in his love for his defendants. And that is something that I find really cool. I got to tell you, every judge, and I've only interviewed 4 of them, okay? Judge Rosie Spielman Gonzalez, Stephanie Boyd, Judge David Fleischer, and Judge Stevens. All of them have very unique personalities. I think that, which is part of the reason I've chosen them. I do have 2 more judges that are coming, and I'm very excited, and I'm not going to reveal who they are yet because, yes, holidays are coming, and it may be a little while. But they're just passionate about helping people. And it may not seem like that when they're on the bench, but they really are. Yes, please do like and subscribe. If you're joining us, we are talking about the Menendez brothers. We're talking about LawTube and court and all the things. We have a game to see who we see first, just all kinds of fun stuff. And I would love to see you guys next time. We go live every Monday and every Thursday. And Debbie Davis, oh my gosh, you all. She is a prosecutor up in the Midwest, and she is phenomenal. And she's come on here a few times and talked. And we've got some judges or some sheriffs. Next time, we're going to show some clips on Monday from our local sheriff, Wayne Ivey. Y'all, you can look him up on YouTube. He is fascinating. And I'm actually going to go down there on Monday and meet with him and talk to him about coming on the show. And I sent Grady Judd, I sent him an email with a mistake in it. Guys, have you ever done that? And it's too late. You can't pull, because you have like 30 seconds. You can take an email back, and then it's too late, and you read it, and you're like, seriously, did I? Did I just make that mistake? So I'm really hoping that he'll come on the show anyway. But, it is what it is. I can't pull it up because I don't have it ready, but we will do it next time. The Wheel of Fugitive. Yeah, we're going to do that on Monday. Okay. And and these are fugitives that are local to me, guys. They're in my county. And so we're going to talk about them and do all that kind of thing. And so anyway, I can't see a whole lot of, but I can see some of the chat. I would love it if y'all joined the Discord. Dave, can you throw the Discord link in there? I have been trying to be in there a little bit more, and as it gets a little busier, I promise I'll be in there. Lexa and Dave have been phenomenal, and I do appreciate you all being in there. But like I was saying earlier in the show, this is it's the holidays, guys. If you are alone on the holidays, or not alone, but it can be a really rough time for some people. I don't think. Okay. Well, I'm going to go to the Discord. I'm going to both talk and to go to the Discord, which my brain is kind of funny about, but I'm going to try to do it anyway. And for some reason, the Discord link keeps changing. And if anybody can tell me, if you are a Discord guru, I would love to find out why in the world is my Discord? Why does it keep changing the link? Because I don't know. It's crazy. But I'm gonna put the link in the chat right here. Look at that. I can talk and look things up at the same time. I am learning how. This is very exciting. All right, it's 9:57. We are going to go at 10. I know we started at 9:15, but the situation is this. I have been gone all weekend. I went to the YouTube Gaming Award party. Address invalid? What the heck?
No, it worked.
Okay. Address is not invalid. Anyway, went to the YouTube thing. Oh, you went to Discord a few times and it lived up to its name. I'm not going back. Okay, well, you know what? Eileen, I can understand that. Well, then just join us on Mondays and Thursdays. You can do that. And interesting. And I got to tell you one thing. Okay. I used to be the family readiness group leader for my husband's unit when they went to Iraq. And a lot of people said they would not join an FRG because there was so much drama and so much chaos in all the other ones. They never wanted to participate again. And I said, you know what? Mine's going to be different. And it was. There was no drama. There was no garbage. And we are not going to allow that in our Discord either. So if you want to try it, if you don't totally get it, or you can just jump over there and message me and we can just chat in there. I'm okay with that too. But we're not going to allow the shenanigans to go on in my Discord. I guarantee. Between me and Dave and Lexa, we got it knocked out. No sass, no meanness, no trolls. Absolutely. We're not going to do it. So just heads up on that. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's come, everybody who's stayed. You all are amazing, and I have had a blast. And from now on, we're going to do certain things every time I go live. So even if I have a guest, we're going to show a little clip of some kind of court that I think or Dave thinks is kind of shocking. And we're going to start a new Tea and Justice thing where we put a little Easter egg in each clip because we need something to react to, and it's going to be interesting. So, what's that?
The Jenga.
What about the Jenga? I know, but it's a super. Everyone who does a super chat gets to pick a judge for the Jenga. That's how that's going to go, because that's how we're going to get there. Because yeah. So I've got all this stuff covered. I've got all my personal effects covered and all the personal things, but the main trip is going to be covered by super chats. That's how we're going to do it, because that way you all are officially part of it and you're coming with me, and it's going to be so exciting. So, like I said, Jules, think about that for your creators. I'm not saying for me, whatever. The whole asking for money thing, no. But it's just so that you know it's available. I'm going to look up how it works and go share some with some of the creators that I like, because I've got some creators that are really phenomenal that I love. So yeah, I'm going to go check that out. It seems like it's a lot of parts, like moving parts. I think, hello, everybody who's new. I think we could make it easier, but whatever. And yes, much older women, gotta say. So I appreciate you all coming. I love you so much. I will see you every Monday and Thursday at 9 Eastern, unless for now, that is what we're doing. We're going to do some court reaction. We're going to keep up with the Menendez brothers, find out what's going on. Judge Fleischer. Okay, Hardy. All right, we are going to go. Are you ready? Before we depart, now I got to take a Fleischer block. Are we going to take one? Oh gosh, we've got one coming out of the bottom over there. This thing is kind of, because I've got it on a T thing. All right, guys, I'm going to take one from here. I swear. What do I have to do if it knocks over? Y'all have to decide that and put it in the Discord. Okay, we're putting one. So I have to hold this thing and do this at the same time. We got to think of a better way. All right, Judge Fleischer. And guess what? He won last time and he won again, because guess what? There's only one, guys. And this is what we do. We have a Boyd side and a Fleischer side, and
Fourth row. No.
Boom. What do you mean fourth row? Oh, too late. Sorry. Oh, do I need to do that? Oh, is that what we should do? All right, guys. Next time, if you do the super chat and you pick the judge, you do get to pick which row I take it from.
Yes.
Oh,
That would be a good thing. Yes.
that is a really good idea. And then I have to do some kind of punishment if I knock it over. So go to the Discord and we will figure out what those punishments are going to be. It's going to be something relatively appropriate, but also something I'm not going to want to do. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Mwah! I will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining me today on our weird Saturday live. And this may be a day that we do again because I kind of liked it. I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.